Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and today we're going to talk about why we choose HK, myself, Mike, and Stephanie, why we all carry an HK, and why we've had such good luck in classes with them. Hi everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about the HK series of pistols that we use in class and we actually carry on a daily basis, and why we recommend them and why so many people have chosen them over other pistols that we've let them try. So first, the guns that we have on the table, we've got three different VP9s, and we have a P30 also. So there's so many different options that HK brings to the table, and let's just start with the VP series. The VP9, the VP40, because they do come in a 40 caliber also. No, we don't see those very often. We've only seen one of those in class. We have seen a P30 and 40 though. One of the things that I think a lot of people like about the guns is that you can customize the grips. So if you want to go all small on the sides and the back, or all medium or all large, based on your hand size you can, or if you want to intermix any of those you can, which is really nice. I think it's a really nice feature, and it really helps mold the gun to your hand. The other thing that I really like about the VP9 and the P30 series is, excuse me, if I take this VP9 and the gun is clear, so we understand that. And we take this P30 and the gun is clear. Regardless, the magazines work on both guns. Okay, take the same mag. So they are interchangeable between both series of guns, which is really kind of unique. We don't see that very often in guns. It's something that you can see in different Glock series, because like the 17 and the 19 magazines will work. The 17 mags will work in the 19. But we've got two different size guns that have the same magazine. That definitely can help save some money on the guns. With the VP series, there's so many different types of models. I mean, we've got the regular VP9, we got the match grade, so if you're a competitor and you like the VP9, that gives you a 5.5 inch barrel with a 20 round magazine. We got the VP9L, which is a little bit longer than it's about an inch longer than the standard VP9, so gives you a little bit more sight radius, a little bit more velocity on your round. With it being a 5 inch barrel, but it also ships with 20 round magazines. We got the VP9 SK, which is the gun that Steph carries. Hers actually has the optic on it. We did have that cut. But I imagine that we're probably going to be seeing an optics ready version from HK at some point. Hopefully sooner than later. Then we got the VP9 Tactical, which comes with a threaded barrel, comes with suppressor height sights, and it comes optics ready. I mean, again, you're talking about a 17 round magazine, suppressor height sights, optics ready. Everything that people would do to upgrade the gun is already there, with the exception of actually having, you know, Lazy Wolf or Gray Guns doing the triggers in these guns. What more can you ask for? really, I mean, as far as options. As far as the P30, I mean, you've got the P30 with an option of double action or single action, or double and single action, I should say, with a decocker, double and single action with a decocker and a safety. You've also got the limb version, which is a double action only, which honestly, when we look at the P30, that's really my choice of it. I don't really like double single action guns personally. They do have the P30L, so you got the longer barrel. Adds about 3/4 of an inch to the barrel, give or take a little bit. And then it's got the P30 SK, and the limb and the double single action triggers available in those too. If you have a hard time finding something you like with all these different options, then maybe you're looking for something that doesn't exist. But let's look at something else. So we've talked about the grips, and we've talked about the magazine compatibility. One of the big things I think a lot of people really are looking for when they purchase a gun, because let's face it, they're not cheap, and HK is not the low-rung cheapest guns out there. How long are they going to last, and are they going to really last longer than in most guns? The answer is yeah. In my experience, with friends that I know and stories that I've heard, it's nothing to see an HK have 50 to 75,000 rounds and nothing ever being done with them, and honestly, the maintenance not being done on a regular basis, other than lubing it about every 1,000 rounds or so. HK just got a gun in. They just put it out on Facebook within the last day or so that they had a USP gun come in that had over 200,000 rounds and had never had any repairs. That says an awful lot about the reliability of these guns. And when we're talking about a small price difference between the Glocks and the HKs, I really think that an HK is really the choice option. These VP9s that we have on the table, these are two of the ones that we use. My personal carry gun has over 6,000 rounds through it in a year, a little over a year, well, about a year and a half, I guess. This one's got a little over 6,000 rounds through it, from class use. We've not had one failure in those two guns. We do have another one that does not have an optic on it. It's got about 5,000 or 6,000 rounds through it also, and again, we have not had one failure in the gun. If you're looking for reliability, you don't get any better than that. The P30, we don't have a whole lot of rounds through. We're running at about 1,500 right now. Again, still, no failures. So if you question the reliability, I think that answers that. They got both the full size and the compact options. So they've got the SK options, which are great for carry if you want something smaller. That works really well for Steph, and she carries with the 13-round magazine in it, and it still fits in her purse, and it's still comfortable for her to carry on her body too. So that's a great thing. As far as the triggers, I think they're one of the best out of the box. Now my carry gun, I did have gray guns work over, but the other ones are just fine. I'm kind of a trigger snob, and I want something nice and clean and smooth, and Steph standing behind the camera shaking her head, yes. But they're absolutely great triggers. The optics ready options, like I said, are already there. So if you're a dot shooter, HK's got it for you. The one thing I will say about the grips, with all the different options that you have on size, you can also have Jerkman Customs get you a set of grips that give you some texture and a little bit of bite in the grip to help you hang onto the gun a little bit better. They did a little bit of a test on that at the Active Self-Protection National Conference back at the end of September this year. And, you know, it was kind of interesting. They had 12 people try it out, and 11 of the 12 liked the Jerkman grips. And I guess the one person that didn't was probably wrong about that. But honestly, that's why we use HK, and I think that's why so many people, after using them in our classes, have gone that way. So I highly recommend them. Truly highly recommend them. It's literally the best gun I've ever owned. Most reliable, one of the most accurate guns I've ever owned. And it's absolutely one of the easiest guns to shoot I've ever had. So highly recommend them. Definitely go check them out. It's definitely worth a little bit of the price difference. Take care, everybody.